Hey ya, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing really good. I'm just gonna give it just a few seconds for everything to process, with the live. But today we're gonna go ahead and jump into part 2 of Elemental Beings for Undines. So I hope you guys are excited. So last month I did Sylphs, which were the air elementals. So tonight we're going to work on the Undines, which are the water elementals or the water spirits. So those are the ones, or that's the one we're gonna work on today. So I hope you guys are ready on that. Now, I'm not gonna get into what elementals are because I kinda did that. Actually, I know I did that on last month. So if you need to catch that on what an elemental is, then you're gonna have to rewatch the other one. But tonight we're just gonna jump right in on how to work with Undines, what are their symbolisms, what are some essential oils you could use, some herbs maybe you can use, things like that, okay? And then I'm gonna kind of give you a little bit of book ideas also on, where you can look for more information. Because I'll give you a little bit, but there's always more. There's always the myths, and I'll kind of tell you like which kind of myths you can look into, and then we'll just go from there. Yeah. Okay, so first things first. One of the biggest things that I can sit there and tell you is that when it comes to Undines, they are not mermaids, okay? They are not sirens. They are their own, okay? A lot of people mistake them for those creatures, the sirens especially, and definitely the mermaids, based off of myths from other cultures as well, okay? Now, nymphs are more, actually not more, they are similar to what an Undine is completely. So if you know any legends or lore when it comes to nymphs, that's more acceptable than a mermaid. Now, here's the tricky part. You can identify or see them however which way they allow you to see them. So if you start working with the Undines, you can, maybe they will show themselves as a mermaid. A lot of them come more as humanoid or human form. Some are half human, half, beast as they call it, or creature. Some say that, they are resembling of a tail. So again, if that's the physical description that you see from when you start working with them, that's fine. I see them a little bit differently. I actually see them as an actual spirit. Now, here's the tricky part. Over the last year and a half, maybe a little bit less than a year and a half, I've been starting to see them more human, physical body, but it's like a transformation. So from a spirit form to a human back to spirit form. That's how they've been kind of coming to me. So it's really cool because the biggest myth I can kind of point you in the direction of, it's very similar for me and my personal experience with the Undines, is the Lady of the Lake when it comes to Arthurian legend, okay? She comes up as technically a water spirit, but then she is a physical form of the Lady of the Lake. And then she goes back into her actual spirit form, okay? The water spirit. Because that's what they are, all right? Everything Undines deal with literally rotates around the element of water, okay? So the biggest thing to start with, to try and work with them, is start working with the element itself. By working with the element itself, the Undines come with it and, really kind of jump and dive into a lot of this. Just give me 1 second. I want to log into Facebook and make sure this is working, because you know how sometimes these are. So let me just jump this. Okay, there I am. So I am. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Facebook doesn't always point me in the right direction. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, there I am. So I am. Okay, see? Hear myself. Don't like hearing myself. It's creepy hearing myself. Okay, so like I said, if you want to work with Undines, definitely get into working with the element itself. Once you've I'm not gonna say master the element, but you've become more fluent in speaking with the water, understanding the water, because water, one of its biggest things is it works with our emotions, right? Because that's what I always say, water element reflects emotion. Well, that's facts. Even if you look at some old lore, now we're gonna take the Lady of the Lake out of it, and we're gonna look more at sirens, okay? Now remember I said some people do identify as sirens. I do not personally, but I'm going to give you both, or all, because again, that's, you can do whatever you want. You can be identified as, you know, however you want to. So when it comes to sirens, sirens are all based off of the emotion anyways, right? Mermaids are based off of the emotions as well, all right? Let's see if I can find the big lure to kind of give you an example. I'm gonna read a couple of them for you, so bear with me and see what you get from this, okay? Okay, so in ancient Greek, a lot of texts identify a clan of nymphs called Oceanides who claim that the oceans of the world as their home. These beings were the daughters of Titan and his wife. Their presence in the oceans was legendary among seafarers, for the Oceanoids were helpful beings that would aid sailors while navigating and providing safe seaway. However, later on, the name Oceanoids changed to Undines, also spelled Odines, and included these into freshwater nymphs. Let's see if I can find another one. So that was ancient Greek. There's so many different ones too. Just gotta find it. Where I put it? Not that one. I have stuff like everywhere. Everywhere. Did I misplace that? I purposely put it there so I didn't lose it, and guess what? Lost it. Okay, so I told you about the Oceanoids. Oh, okay, here we go. So in European lore, Undines are fabled to be the wandering spirits of love-torn women. Sound familiar? They imagine that their tears were of sorrow composed of salty seas as they wept, having lost a love. The tales then adapted and indicated that these female spirits were enchantingly beautiful. They are also known and to be seen as sirens, half human, half fish. But like all decent spirits, they then lose their temper when they are crossed. That's that one. Then there's, of course, you know, the most popular stories of mermaids, especially from, you know, fishermen. They believe that, of course, half their upper body was human, the other half was like a fish. They've been identified to be, they've been identified to kind of be seen as, hey, Kathy. They've been identified a lot at kind of being just like very calm, temperamental. So it's kind of like sirens and mermaids are like polar opposites of each other. Sirens are very weepful. They're very like, you know, fearsome. They're all about like scorn love, you know, trying to lure men to their deaths. Or mermaids, hey! No. I am so sorry, guys. So, they're completely polar opposites, so keep that in mind also. There's so many different names I'm going to kind of give you a little bit. So there's the Oceanoids, there's the nymphs, there's Naritas, there's water spirits, there's sea maids, there's mermaids, there are Pomptinaires, Naidas, okay. So they're obviously going to be found in any type of body, lake, water area. So that can branch from just being the ocean, or you could look at lakes. You're gonna look at swamps. You're gonna look at streams, rivers, waterfalls. They've actually been said that if you create a man-made lake, they can be found there too. Even a man-made larger body of a pond, that also. But I will tell you from my personal experience, the oceans, the main lakes, like especially the Great Lakes, then you are looking at swamps are huge. But you're gonna find more of the spirit itself in the swamp area and not so much the siren style. Yes. So another really funny thing too, which Kathy, I think you'll really enjoy this one, is that some people identify them because they're water spirits, the Undines. They actually consider them the elemental water fae. So I thought that was really cool, which is kind of fitting too, if you would think about it. So they're also kind of seen as the fae, but it depends on what lore. Oh, I just got A&D all in my hair. It depends on what kind of lore you're looking at, to be honest. All right, so let's break into a lot of this. So we already know that if you need to work with the Undines, you need to focus on the water element, okay? Don't just think you can call upon the Undines and have no connection to the water. So that brings up another point, which is the same point I brought up when we talked about the sylphs last month. You have to have that connection. You can't just call on something and expect it to work the first time. It takes practice, lots and lots of practice. Because they are so emotion-based, if you are not comfortable with yourself, where are you going?
Outside.
What are you wearing?
Swimming trunks.
So what are you really doing?
Go in the edge of the pool because Luke's there.
You got a towel?
Huh?
Do you have a towel?
A towel?
A towel.
Oh, a towel. I'm looking for one over here.
Oh.
My one of my beach towels.
You know it's like 65 degrees outside, right? Okay. So if y'all get sick, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to take care of you.
The water's warm, they said.
Oh, okay. What do I know? Mom don't know anything. What was I saying?
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Oh, Kathy, what was I saying? Oh, okay, so you have to be confident in your own emotion. So if you're too enraged, you're gonna call the wrong type of Undines. If you're emotionally detached, you don't want to try and work with them at all. Like, at all. You cannot be emotionally detached from yourself. You have to be that balance level. But I'm telling you, enraged ones brings the negative ones, which they're like the tricksters in a way. So don't do that. So focus on your emotions. They really are good for working with dreams too. So like dream journeying and dream channeling. Those are really good to work with too. Meditation. They love working with you when it comes to meditation, which is really funny because I've been honed into that. Yeah, exactly. They're very similar. Like Undines, like I said, in some cultures, they consider them mermaids, where other cultures, they consider them sirens. Some are just nymphs. Some are oceanoids still, especially in the Greek time. Some consider them titans even, if you think about it, because of who their parents really are considered from. Yeah, there's so many different types of, but yeah, almost identical too. I'm trying to think. What was another thing? Oh, meditation. They work really good with meditation. They actually prefer it, especially if you're sitting listening to waterfalls, rain. Oh, I'm trying to think. Waterfall, rain. Sitting, like, say, very close to the ocean and listening to the water brush up on, like, the rocks and stuff. Really amazing for that. If you're in a cave and you hear water dripping, you'd be surprised what you're going to connect with from there. If you find underwater springs, they love them damn things. I have yet to find one, but I have just heard the stories from fellow sisters that have made connections there because it is dark. The temperature is based on the water itself, and you just get this strong connection because it you know, you're in a cave, so it echoes, and just the magnitude is amazing. So it's definitely really good to work with that. So meditation, you really want to do with that. Any type of cleansing, They love to work with cleansing. I mean, think about it. Water. What do you do with water? It's always a cleansing in some form, right? Spiritual baths, room sprays, even based on the oils and essential oils, anything that's a liquid form. They love working with it. But cleansing is huge. Meditation is huge. Dream work is huge. Healing is major, major. If you create a form of water, if you use, say, like lake water or just, you know, even ocean, especially depending on which ocean you use, like the Red Sea, I'm telling you, you'd be surprised what the Red Sea can give you. But if you're using a very specific body of water, it's really good to work with your healing abilities if you utilize them. It's kind of like an offering, but yet you and them are transforming this water and just like legit healing water. So you could put it into a spray. I actually recommend making it in with like a tea. I'm telling you right now, I know I do everything with tea surprisingly, but if you use that style water with herbs and give it to the sick to help them with whatever ailing ability or ailments they have, it's really amazing. That's why I said I love working with Undines when it comes to any type of, honestly, meditation, healing. Those are the two biggest things for me. Cleansing, of course, but I use a lot of like earth for cleansing also. It's fire. Okay, I use it all for cleansing. There's not a single element that I don't use for cleansing. Surprise. But healing. Healing is major. I mean, yes, you could use the earth because you're looking at the herbs, but you're also looking at how you're consuming it. And in my case, I'm always consuming it as a liquid, which goes with the Undines and the healing. Guy, he says, can you imagine the Dead Sea and working with that water? Ooh. 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 Yes, please. Okay, so water cleans and purifies, just like the Undines. The water's energy are to the earth what blood is to human body. So water is also deep emotion, creation, and feelings. Undines assist with stimulating intuition and imagination. They help provide strengthening of connections to healing and, of course, nature skills. Let's see. So, nope, that's not the one I want. Nope, that's not the one I want. I have so many things open here because there's a couple things I wanted to bring to your attention. Okay, let's go up. So, where's my summary? Come back. Okay, summary. So, undine comes from the Latin root unda, which means wave, okay, in Latin. They are entities united with the water. They are also governed by the moon. Prospectively, the full moon, but of course any of the other moon phases work well, but the full moon it's where they, come. But think of the tides. They base, like wave, tide, moon. Oh, there you go. They are dominant with the direction of west because west is water. Let's see what else. The zodiac signs are Capricorn, Pisces, and Scorpios. Yeah, Scorpios. The realm, if you work with tarot, are all based on cups. No surprise there. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys about them before I move on to extra things. Oh, the ruler is Neksa. So Necsa, or some people like to spell it Necksa. I like to spell it Nesca. Nexka. Neska. Nexka. Sa. I said it right. Why do I keep trying to recorrect myself after I've been saying this the whole time? Oh, and here's another thing. Think of it this way. Nexka is very similar to Ness, as in Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, which is a water dragon or serpent, depending on how you look at it. I know, see, I'm random. I'm going to blend stuff together. We already said that they live in anything. Oh, marshes. They also live in marshes. So not only do they live in waterfalls, rivers, oceans, lakes, marshes, mist, mountain lakes are really good too, by the way, which I think we already discussed that. Caves also, underwater, bodies of water. They also like to live in coral caves under the sea and under lily pads, as well as mosses beneath waterfalls. We already established that they like to appear as beautiful women. If you follow the sirens and you listen to the actual voice that they have, they are depicted as having amazing, beautiful voices. You will hear those, though, more not just in the oceans, but under waterfalls and rivers, just so you know. Let's see what else. There are male undines, but they are rare. It is very, very rare to come in contact with a male. And when I say male is because technically the kings, okay? I say kings and I use these only because they are neutral. They are not a male and they are not a female, but they use the term king because they are the ruler. That is the only one that is both. Like, it doesn't have a gender, which is really cool. And it's only for that one. But there are predominant females, and like I said, it's very rare to have any males. So one German folktale tells of the story of a young man who is caught in a storm and seeking shelter. He finds a cottage of sweet elderly couple who live by the river. They have a beautiful daughter who's wild and temptress. And beknownst to the man, she is an undine, though the human man does not know it yet, and her elder father is the king of the watery realm. The old man gives permission to marry his daughter and takes her to his kingdom, but on the condition that he treats her well. Should he forget that promise, he would lose his wife forever. They marry, and the undine gives birth to a son soon after. Now in possession of a human soul, the nymph loses her wildness and becomes a polite housewife, which in turn causes her husband to be bored of her. Not even her devastating beauty keeps her husband from straying. Once her husband betrays her, the undine returns to her watery kingdom and warns him that if he should ever fall asleep, she would steal his breath. And of course, unable to stay awake, the man ultimately pays for cheating. And that's the German folklore of Undines. Hey, Gina! So I really like that one too. It's you know, it definitely gives similar to Siren's Tale, but it also gives its own little twist. So I always thought that was really cool too. And in this case, they depict her as half fish, so no surprise on that. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys? See if there's anything I've missed. I don't think so. I know I finished that one off. So ask questions. Do you guys have any questions? Oh, I know, me too. Me too. I love the siren one. But I really do like the German ones. I really want to, because like the Greek one's really fun too, of course. But the German one always gets me because, you know, it's like, you cheat, I got you. It's kind of like that, what was it, Carrie Underwood song? I don't like cheaters. Oh, okay, so one really interesting thing, which I might want to bring up to you guys, Ritu, is unbalanced elemental energy, okay? So some believe that elements are dangerous or evil, which some are. This is a result of lack of understanding of the energies involved and how to manage them. Anything taken to excess can have negative repercussions, and drawing in too much of one type of elemental energy can impact you in a negative way. This is why this is very important. I wanted you to hear this word for word. Too much earth energy will make you overly judgmental and skeptical. Too much air energy will make you too analytical or ungrounded. Too much fire energy will make you impatient or hyper. Too much water energy will result in oversensitivity and over-emotional behavior. Having too little of these energies can be detrimental to one's health and well-being. Not enough connection to the gnomes will cause you to be disconnected from your physical body. Not enough connection to the sylphs will affect your ability to think clearly. Not enough connection to the salamanders will cause oh my gosh. I know how to say this word, and you ever read something and go, huh? Wow, I'm having a brain fart. Oh, passion. There we go. I knew another word for it, but it's another word, but we're going to say passion because that's pretty much what it is. Not enough connection to the Undines can affect creativity. and balance in emotions. The elements are important forces of nature that people can work with to enhance their lives on all levels. Learning to tap into their energy stimulates personal growth and development in a natural and healthy way. I'm just rehashing up on all the things here. Similarities and different types of metrical crystals are on wheel. I know. I still want some Dead Sea water to work with. I wonder if you could buy some. I mean, you can buy ash from volcanoes. You can buy sand from the black sand. I'm trying to think what country that's in. There's actually like a beach that's just all black sand. Has some type of mineral in it that turns it black. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, yes. I'll pass on having too much earth. That's a heavy drag on oneself. I could use some ultra undine energy right now. It's all based on emotion. So you got some emotion things you got to work on, some cleansing. What are we looking at? Let's see. All right, so we have some essential oils that you can work with. What is it called? Yang Yang. You know what I'm talking about. YLANG, and then that again. Jasmine, rose, sandalwood, frankincense. I said that one. There's one that starts with an N, and I can't pronounce it right now because it's slipping the top of my fucking tongue. It's like N-E-L-I something. Why can't I think of it? N-E-R-O-I-L-L-I. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see what else. Yeah. That's all from that one. I'm gonna move that out of my way because I don't need to look at that one anymore. So, I have some books, okay? Yeah, that one, Kath. Yep, that one. See, there's a couple of them, and it's always going to be the ones I can't pronounce really good. And those are the ones I'm like, oh, of course you would have those ones in your, thing. So, like I said, if you want to look at any herbs, look at water herbs. If you want to look at any flowers to utilize, look at any type of water flowers, like water lilies, lotuses, one of my favorites, and actually is my favorite, hence the new tattoo. Oh, wait, you can't really see it that way. See if you get this way. You see that? I got A and D on it, so it's a little shiny. It's my new one. But I have this lotus obsession right now. Okay, so lotuses, water lilies, anything that deals with water that's grown around water, bodies of water, they are fantastic, okay? I know there's a bunch of herbs that are water element based, but I'm telling you, if you can find the ones that are grown in, found anywhere close to bodies of water, mostly lakes, even, swamps, it's exactly where you really want to go. Okay, those are the ones you want if you want to use as offerings to the Undines. Thank you. Yeah, I was going to put it on this one. I was going to add it to here. And then I looked at my other arm and I said, you bear. So we're going to fix that. So we started fixing it. So, and, her and I came up with this on our own together. So, of course, I have the Om symbol on there. But I also needed a lotus to go hand in hand. But it also works with my my healing energy that I'm trying to work with. And Kathy knows. I'm really tapping into working with energy more so, but I'm utilizing the elements to go with it. So hence, of course, everything I do is elemental based. But I wanted to work on Reiki, but I wanted to base it with elemental. So I'm trying to blend and perfect my own style of healing. But as much as I would love to do actual physical healing, I want to do more spiritual healing, like spiritual awakening and stuff like that. So that's my biggest thing I'm working on. But I'm using the water, the element water as my basis. That's why I have the lotus also. Oh, it was the thing that's been thinking about for honestly, for maybe about a year. I really kind of I really want to do this. So I'm going to go with it because you know me, if I have it in my head and it's sitting there long enough, there's a reason. So I'm I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna roll with it and see how that goes. So I'm really excited. So, you know, when Kathy and I have our meetings and stuff coming up with the coven, you know, I'm gonna be helping with shield work and all that. So I'm hoping that they'll use an element, which would be really cool. So I'm hoping they'll find an element that they connect with, they can use as their shielding ability, you know, energy wise. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited. Okay, so let me jump back into, you know. Ooh, wait. I am sure gonna try, Kathy. Because I paid for Megan's tattoo and I got mine tattooed because I'm, you know, impatient. I gotta make sure I have enough because of the drive back and forth. You know, with gas being as stupid as it is, I want to make sure that I don't cut myself too much, but I really do want to do it because I want to get started on it, and I need to be open to the channels, and I have to go and actually have a Reiki master open up my channels. I tried doing it myself and it doesn't work. So apparently you do need to be a master to do that. So I am going to try though. I get paid tomorrow, so once I see my paycheck, I'm gonna sign up. Hopefully now that graduation's over and I paid all those off, so but that's the plan. Gina says Lotus energy is so good, grow through the muck, water, and a touch of earth. Yes. And then of course then you add the Om as well. Tie those two in together. You might as well just say, hello awakening, I'm back, because that's the plan. It's 125. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Better to have a master do it, less error issues. And that's probably what I've been coming across too, is a lot of mistakes on my behalf, which, hey, I admit, you know, I'm doing something wrong. I might have a blockage. I'm not sure. I haven't had a Reiki healing session in years. I can see me being blocked somewhere. I just don't know where. I don't think it's the crown. I don't think it's the third eye. I really don't think it's anywhere here. And I don't think it's my grounding, because I feel I'm strongly grounded to the earth, especially my root. So it has to be somewhere like in this area. I'm not sure. I don't think it's my heart either, or my throat. I have great communication. I don't think it's my heart. It got to be down here. So something's blocked. So I gotta figure that part out yet. So like I might even need to do that too. I do gotta find they have a new Reiki healer at the tattoo place. It's actually a tattoo shop / metaphysical shop. Yeah, not even kidding. And most of the tattoo artists are females. It was like meant to be my place to be. He says, I love that growth in the muck and the fetus leaf. Yes, I love that. Okay, so I'm caught up on those. But yeah, so, you know, off topic, not really though, because, you know, like I said, lotus is the flower, and it works with the Undines. So, like I said, me personally, that's what I'm doing as far as working with the Undines and the water element, is I'm taking it to my healing abilities, or in this case, my healing awakening abilities. I want to help spiritual people like us awaken more, you know, unblock themselves to find more. Like, it's my calling. I mean, yes, I would like to do the physical healing too, but something about that spiritual thing, like, I'm meant to help people open up and be who they're meant to be spiritually. So that's what I'm kind of going with. So some books that'll help you. So there is an actual Undines book. I should have pulled it up. It's on Amazon. If you type in Undines book, okay, on Amazon, it'll come straight up. It's the only one. It's like blue, has a an Undine woman sitting, touching the water. It's very pretty cover. You can't pass it up. It's really good. I have not ordered it yet, which is surprising. Maybe one day I will. Like, I have it on my book list, but it wasn't one of the ones I needed, like, right now, because I know enough on Undines. But it's nice to have, like, in my arsenal, I guess you can say. Yeah, I'm gonna try the Reiki healers too. Actually, I went to my old priestess's shop today. Megan and I took her for the first time down there. I got some, like, of her tea. I love her teas too. Even though I make my own, sometimes it's nice to have someone else's teas. But, like, she had a bunch of stuff, and I heard she asked me, she's like, where have you been? I was literally thinking about you as I was, you know, stocking up her herbs in the jars that she sells and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I've been a little busy. A little busy. She's like, yeah, when are you coming back to yoga? Give me 2 weeks. I'll be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay, so look for the Undines book. See, I'm getting off subject again. I knew this was going to happen. Then you can find this one, which is a part of a series. Right now there's 4 books, but this water magic one is fantastic. I definitely recommend it. It breaks everything down. It gives you different types of animals, crystals, sacred water sites. It even talks about Atlantis. It talks about Lemuria. It talks about Avalon. Surprise, surprise. See, you see my connection to water? See how fascinating? So it's not just fire, guys, that I'm obsessed with. It's water, too. Do I love earth and air? Yes, I do. But my top 2 is fire and water. They're my strongest and my most potent. They came the easiest. The other 2, you know, I actually had to work to gain that. But yeah, this is a great one. Definitely recommend this one, which I know Kathy now has all of them too. So there's that one. Then, of course, there's this one, which has all the elements, which always helps. So it helps you learn with elements in general, okay? Great beginner book when it comes to elements. Gives you great things to work with. Lots of different spells, rituals, meditations. It takes you back to, let me see, find it for you. It breaks everything down by the element, but like I said, there's a lot of rituals and meditations and spells in this one, okay? So if you want one that's what this book mostly is, this one. Then if you want to hone more on the sea side of things, which I definitely recommend after you master the basics, I definitely recommend this book, Sea Magic, okay? It's all about ocean energy. If you work with sirens or mermaids, I'm telling you, my loves, this is the one you really want to be. Oh, it's okay, Meredith. So yeah, this one is really good. Sea Magic, but I don't recommend this as a beginner at all. I do promise you that. I don't, and you know I'm not going to lie to you. If you've never worked with the actual elements off of a basic, a lot of people work on basic zones, okay? Which that's normal for any type of practice, craft, okay? Even meditation, the basics of the elements is one thing, but we're talking about digging deeper. We're more of an intermediate to advanced. This is more of that intermediate to advanced, okay? Because you have to master what the water is and how to connect with it, say just in a bowl, okay? Like Gina, she bought me this beautiful bowl, which I'm gonna bring it over because I just love this thing. Okay, so it's a little water scrying bowl, but just look at the colors, okay? This is absolutely beautiful to work with. I've worked with this 3 times now, and I've never not had something happen with it. Like, it works the way, like, you see in the movies. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but it works so well for me personally that I sat there and I go, all this time I've been using just like a regular, like, white ceramic kind of bowl, or like my little metal bowls and stuff. This is what I've been missing the whole time when it comes to water scrying. So this is a great connection, okay? So work with water, a bowl like this. I don't know where Gina got this from. She, you know, she's got a gift, okay? I'm telling you, the girls, they all got gifts. This was absolutely amazing and much needed for me. You literally added to something that I just couldn't work with when it came to water scrying from a bowl. And you nailed it, okay? So where did I leave off? Okay, so then there's this one. Now this is from Scott Cunningham. Definitely recommend this book for any brand new. This works with all natural magic. It works with all the elements. But this is the book, guys. Okay? It breaks everything down also. Gives you tons of rituals. Tons. Okay? It even works with metal magic. Okay, as an element, not just earth, air, fire, and water. Works with metal, spirit. Okay, so this one goes a little bit more into it. Then there's this amazing psychic awareness based off of the water element to help you increase it. That I recommend, like, wholeheartedly. And I'm gonna read it to you because even though you technically need to be by a body of water and you require leaves, I still want to read it to you so you kind of understand where I'm coming from, but to actually do this is one thing. So I recommend, if you ever want to try this, ritual, and I don't go for rituals out of books very often. Like I really don't. I prefer my own. This is amazing. So, and this will help you with the Undines. This one spell for sure. I know 100% it's an increased psychic ability using the water element. I'm telling you, by using this, you're gonna connect with those Undines, okay? And also, if you blend a few essential oils or blend a few essential oils and use a base, right? I'm telling you right now, you put it on, you know, your skin just a little bit when you do this, or you even anoint the leaf itself before you just, you know, put it into the water. I'm telling you, and if you do it at night under a full moon, yeah, that's all I got to say. Okay. All right. So here we go. Go to a flat, slow moving stream. Bury a coin at the base of the nearby tree or bush and gently collect 3 leaves. Thank the plant for its sacrifice as you collect the leaves. Next, hold the leaves between your palms. Visualize yourself as a psychic person who can call upon the psychic mind at will. Imagine what it would be like to be able to see the unseen. Push your personal power into these leaves with your visualization. Set 1 leaf afloat on top of the water. Say these words or something similar. Leaf afloat, leaf so green, help me see what's unseen. As the first leaf falls and sails away, launch another, and then the third, each time saying the same words you said. As each leaf touches the water, it slowly dispels the energy that you give into it and mixes with the water. By bringing the water, inducing the power of the water and bringing your need into manifestation. It is so simple. It is so basic. It is extremely powerful, okay? Now, I don't use those words. I would probably say whatever's comes off my tongue on that, but the whole purpose of the leaves and putting your own energy into those leaves and then putting it into the stream, use that, ready? To twist it around a little bit instead of working with the psychic awareness, try making that connection with the Undines itself. Now, did I save that one? There was someone that I was researching and someone actually had like a calling to the Undines. I never tried it, but the words sounded absolutely stunning. And I was going to read it just because I thought you guys enjoy it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't save it. I could almost guarantee, because if I didn't save it. No. That's okay. If I find it, I'll post it. I am going to post a meditation like I did for Sils on the site too. It's a guided meditation to help you connect with them. You know that I only post YouTube videos if I know I've tried them, they work, they're amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and post that in the group as well. So if you would like to try and connect with the Undines, I got you. Okay. But let me read this, and then I'm going to tell you what I do personally, because I'm a little bit different on a lot of things. I just told Kirsty, she needs to get the books too, and Linda, I'll be posting them in the Coven group as a must-have. What can I say? I'm really good at that. I'm definitely voting for the Element book for our next book for the Coven. How are you not going to vote for your own book, though? How are you not going to vote for your own book, Kathy? Each of us have to put in one book each. That's 3 books. How are you not voting for your own? I've been wanting the C book. It's been on my Amazon list for a minute, probably. I know mine too. Yes, I was hoping it would be perfect for you. Bet. And you got it from your local shop. I'm telling you, I lost my comments. It's amazing. Like, I love that thing. Like, I want to use it right now. Like, by doing this live, I want to grab some oil, and I want to have some fun. Like, but then I'm like, I can't because it's dinner time and I gotta feed people and, you know, I gotta clean up, and by that time I gotta go to sleep and go to bed and wake up and go to work. Dang it. But I'll get there. I promise I will get there. Meredith says, can you post all these books as well? I need this book and this spell so you can snap me a picture. Of course. Yeah, no problem. You want me to snap a picture of the spell too and send it to you, or just post the pictures of the book? Let me know. See, Kathy, because I want to learn the elements more. I didn't realize how bad I want to work with the elements till now. Did I put you to the dark side? I put you to the dark side. That's fine, because when we work with the elements, because, you know, since the coven's all based on elements, I won't, you know, yeah, I'll have some help. I love elements. There's something about elements, I'm telling you, you know, they're amazing. And then just working with the elemental beings, like, it's absolutely amazing to work with them. The sylphs are amazing. The Undines, you know, if you just want someone to talk to, honestly, like, go to a little lake or something. I know, like, here we got the Great Lakes. Just go there, sit, look at the water, watch the water ripple, you know, watch the fish inside the water floating around, listen, talk. I mean, seriously, talk. Talk about what's wrong. You know, are you having issues? Are you having problems? Scream. Scream. Let it echo over the water. Release it into the water. Expel it from your body and push it away. It's like, think of it kind of like the water spirits, the Undines are feeding off that. So by you screaming and releasing all that pent up aggression or anger or sadness, they can eat it, energize themselves, and now it's gone. You just gave it away. That's fantastic to use, okay? I suggest, now you can read millions of books. You can read everyone else's interpretation. You can listen to me chat. Honestly, just honestly, to connect with these type of beings, you don't have to use anything besides you sitting there talking. Seriously. You're gonna sometimes think your mind's playing tricks on you. You might even be sitting there just so randomly and sporadically, and someone's gonna come up and start talking to you. And then they're gonna leave. And you're gonna feel so much better. Don't be surprised if that person isn't an actual person, but a spirit in a form. Who's to say that it's not real? They have been said to transform from their spirit to a human body. They could have been sent there, or they could have had a pull to you that you needed them at that time. And then when you're done, they went about their way. Do you think you'll find those in books? No. You won't find any of that in a book. But you're going to hear it from experienced people. People that have experienced it. Don't be surprised. Seriously. When messages need to come across, they're going to come across. Listen to the water. Drowned out everything but them. The sound, the dripping, the waves, the trickles, the waterfall, okay? Drowned out, though, everything else around it. And just listen. You'd be surprised. You don't need anything, guys. And the Undines are listening. Especially if you have a connection to the water, they're just waiting. Honestly. Have you ever seen or heard of the tales of people just walking on beaches and then they hear this amazing sound, but they can't tell if it's someone screeching, screaming, wailing, but it's coming from the waters? Some say sirens, some say mermaids, some say spirits. They're there. They're always there. You just have to be open to find it. They do say singing. Some of them have said singing. I've heard the screeching, those ones. I've actually watched YouTube videos of it. It was pretty intense. And I think there's actually a TikTok one too, but I think it came off of a YouTube video. But it was like a whale. Like a whale, not like an actual like Finding Nemo whale, but I mean like it was someone wailing, and it was so like high pitched, and I was like, it sounds like someone's in like pain. Like it felt so aggressive, like scared. It was crazy. Exactly. And yeah, mermaid singing is what you say. Exactly. And to me, it's a water spirit. See what I mean? Like, it's how we connect with that element is what we will see. I see spirit, you see mermaid. So maybe Sarah Nicole says siren. You know what I mean? So it's some people might say a water fae. Sure. You know what I mean? Who's to say it's wrong? It's never wrong. It's how we want it to be. It's how we see it and say it, right? But like I said, just a recap real quick, guys. Flowers, anything that, you know, is grown, birthed from a water area. You know, water lilies are fantastic. Lotuses are amazing. Anything that is water-based. Anything from a swamp, too. Like herb-based, if you're using any type of swamp stuff. And Undines like to work with healing abilities, meditation, dream work. They like to work with cleansing, okay? So you can call upon them anytime you're utilizing those type of abilities and techniques. Oh, one more thing too. How can I forget this? Because I love the clairs. If you're looking at a clair ability that they like to work with is clairvoyant. So if you are clairvoyant, they love to work with clairvoyance, okay? Now, you can sit there and also say that if you work with the singing part, mermaids and sirens, you can also say clairaudient as well, okay? I've heard of it both, but I know clairvoyance 100% is a fact that they love to work with them, okay? You're right, it's what we connect with. Does anyone have any questions? I know I kind of rambled a lot. I gave you little bits of information so that way you can see what you are interested in and then just go for it. Like, find what you want to connect with. But you can read, like I said, books all the time. Connect with the water. Okay, once you connect with the water, try connecting with them. Try connecting with the Undines and see what you get. I'm serious. It's not something you could read out of a book. You have to find your way, okay? Just like someone likes to talk to trees or someone likes to stare at a fire and talk to the fire, some people like to talk to the wind and listen to the wind. It's the same thing. You just have to hone on listening and speak. If you don't speak, they don't know that you want them. You might think it like, you know, wow, really wish I could work with them. Maybe they'll answer your call, but don't always assume that it's possible. Now, if you're in need, like I said, if you're like screaming and you really need to release something, they might show up on their own because it's something you need, but nothing's ever a coincidence. That's how I think of it, ever. But questions, do you guys have questions? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude today's episode of Elemental Beings. And then I'm gonna go finish dinner before it gets cold. Anything? Anything? If not, it's totally okay. I don't mind. Because you can always post comments after and I'll definitely check them, as always. No? Okay. If not, that's totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and, I don't, but I'm sure I will once I watch all this through, and I'll just shoot you a message. Yeah, shoot me a message and remind me about taking the pictures of the books. I'm gonna set them on my desk, but I'm gonna hurry up and finish dinner before my family goes hungry because it's already almost 7:30 here, and I know they're probably starving. But yeah, ask questions. Anyone who's rewatching this as a replay, ask questions. Like I said though, or like I didn't say, real quick, as a clause. Just like I said with sylphs, not everyone can work with Undines. So don't be offended if it doesn't work. It's the same with any type of creatures. Not everyone can work with dragons. Not everyone can work with fae. I can't work with the fae. You see where I'm coming from? So don't get offended if you just can't connect with Undines. It doesn't mean you can't work with the element. You just don't have a connection with the elemental beings that, you know, control it. It's totally fine. So work with just the element instead. You don't have to work with Undines. It's kind of a little perk if you want to like advance your level into it. Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna let you all go. I know I've taken up your beautiful night. I love you all. I can't wait to do my next one. I don't even remember what my next live is. What is my next live? Oh, I know what my next live is. I have 3 this month, don't I, Kathy? I booked myself. I got this. I totally got this. I stacked my plate. Holy crap. Okay, so I have a lot going on this month. Scatterbrained. I'll just have to prep. Totally prep. Okay, so I love you all. I will see you later on this month for the next 2 lives that I have. You're gonna love it. So be prepared. Love you all. See you next time. Blessed be.